everyone, welcome back. I've got a right treat for you today. I've got this gorgeous baby poncho, 0 to 3 months, and I've made this as a gift for someone, and it's very simple. I've done it all in one colour, finished off with these little bubbles on the end. It's made in DK yarn. I think it's great just to chuck on top, and they look so you could make a matching bobble hat and some booties with it and just throw it on the outfit that they're wearing. I think they're so versatile and they're just so easy just to pop over the baby's head. No sleeves or anything like that. So this is, like I said, 0 to 3 months. You can make this in any size. So what I'll do is just quickly give you a bit of an explanation. So like I said, this is for 0 to 3 months. You can make this pattern all the way up to adult. And it's all about the starting chain for the poncho. I've chained on 54 for the 0 to 3 months. But the chain has to be a multiple of 8. So if you're making it for the next size up, say 3 to 6 months, you can just add an additional 8. And if you want to make it for 6 to 12 months, add additional 8. So that will take you up to those baby stages. Anything after that, then it's toddler, and then it's teen, and then it's adult. If you've got the person to hand, just measure around their head, and whatever the chain is, enough for it to slip over. It's a very easy way to calculate, enough to slip over, and but it's got to be a multiple of 8. So say for example you've done, I don't know, 52 chains, and that's just goes over the baby's head. You know you need to be at 54 because 8 is a multiple of 54. So just bear that in mind, it has to be a multiple of 8. And like I said, you can make this all the way up to the adult size, and you can make them, you can change colours if you want to. I actually like them in one colour, and I like to match the booties and the hat with it as well. So let's begin. I won't keep long because we've got a fair bit to get through, and so yeah, so I'll just move this to the side. I won't be making the entire poncho. I'll start off here and I'll do a couple of rows to show you, and then I'll just put the bobbles on just to show you how to do the bobbles when you get to your length. This one for 0 to 3 should be about 5.5. Yep, 5.5, and then you can attach your border. Now I've attached bobbles because I think they're really cute and there's something different about them. But of course you can put tassels on there if you want to. But yeah, I like these. I think they give you a bit of a difference. If you want to stand out from a poncho, do something different rather than a tassel. Okay, so was there anything else that I need to write? So the yarn, I'm just using DK yarn. This is Stylecraft Special, and it's in a dusky pink, a light pink, and that's a lightweight yarn. Of course you can, before I also start this, you can make this in any yarn and any hook. It's the same method. So for example, if you wanted to make a chunky one and you don't need, I mean, like I chained 54, sorry, and it comes to 45 or 40, and that's enough for around the baby's head, you'll go ahead and stick with that, but make sure even it's got to be a multiple of 8. Was there anything else I needed to explain? I don't think so, but if you've got any questions, please do just message me in the box below. But you get a nice drape with a 4.5. The yarn recommends 4, but 4.5 gives it a nice drape. So that's the baby poncho. Okay, let's move this aside. So you will need, I've got a small amount here, which is enough for the tutorial, and let me just bring you down, sorry about that, get you in focus. Okay, so DK yarn, you'll need 4.5mm crochet hook, your measuring tape, so you've got the 5.5 inches. Before you add your border, you will also need a needle, and some scissors to do your ends. So let's begin. So like I said, I've got my measurements written down. So, oh yes, and if you don't have the baby to hand or the person to hand, if you go onto Google and just type in head measurements for knitting or head measurements for crochet, and you will get a chart which will give you a rough idea of in inches, and then just make your length chain accordingly. But again, remember, multiple of 8, the closest one to, slightly under or slightly over. Okay, right, so I'm going to chain 54, and I'm just going to make a slip knot, and I'm going to go ahead quickly and chain 54. Okay, I am hoping these are 54, but you make sure that it is. I won't count back, but if I'm out a little bit, that's just because I've either added one or taken one off, and that's because I'm just concentrating on the tutorial, and sometimes that can happen. So, but make sure they're 54 for a 0 to 3, and that's with a lightweight yarn and a 4.5. 54 chains apply to this yarn and this hook. Okay, so what you want to do is create a loop, so make sure your chain is straight, okay, and it's not twisted, and go into the first one here and form a loop. Okay, slip stitch into that. That's going to go over your baby's head. So chain 3 into that as soon as you've slip stitched, and into the same stitch there, pop in 2 more double crochets. This entire poncho is the same method of the granny squares. If you don't know how to do double crochet, please do go back to one of my other videos, and you'll have how the tutorial there and how to do that. So we don't chain anything, we just skip 2 and then go into the third one. Oh sorry, do apologize. We need to chain 2 here because we're going to start off with the double here and the double at the back. Okay, so we're making a V here, so chain 2 and into the same stitch do 3 double crochets. Sorry, on the first one the chain 3 counted as a double crochet, so you've got your chain 3, 2 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 double crochets all into the same stitch. Now all we're going to do is work all the way to the end, and then we're going to put our double here. So there's no chain. In some of the tutorials there are chains, but I don't actually like the chain. 1, 2, and then into the third one, go ahead and place another 3 double crochets. Oops, things are slipping off today. 1, 2, and 3. Yarn over, miss 2, go into the third stitch. It's a bit tricky when you're working into the chain, but take your time. Three, miss 2 again, and then go into 1, 2, and 3, go into the third one and 3 double crochets again. Now for the 0 to 3, it will be 10 on this side and 10 on this side. So if you're making any other size, once you start doing that, just, I think it will be, I think for every 8 stitches, I'm not sure, it's another additional 1 on each side. But what you could do is just when you get to here, have a look at your chain, and then you can pop your corner on there. Okay, but like I said, this is for a 0 to 3 specific. It will feel a bit pulled here, but don't worry about that, because we're going to go back in and do a single crochet round on the chain. Miss 2 and 3. Miss 2. Make sure that your loop's not twisting at all in any way. So miss 2 and then another 3 double crochets. How many do we have? Okay, we're getting there. So once you've got that one, should be another 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So one more, and then we can turn. So miss your 2 chains into your third one, and 3 double crochets. Let's get some yarn. Okay. So the next one, miss 2 and then into the third one, 3 double crochets, and you can see before I do the end, here we are, that's one end, that's the other, so we need to put a double there. Yeah, so chain 2 to be absolutely certain. Once you've done your 2 there in the beginning, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then your 10th one is the double, if that makes sense. So chain 2 and into the same place, go ahead and make another 3 double crochets. Okay, so we've formed our corners there. Miss 2, go into the third one, three in every. It's just this first chain that's a bit tricky, because we're putting all these stitches in every chain, so just a little bit fiddly, but we'll get there. Try not to stretch it too much as well. Miss 2 there, 3 double crochets, so no chains in between every treble crochet, not treble crochet, 3 double crochets, and missing 2 on the chain and going into your third. Okay, I did count it right. That's fabulous. I thought it was one off. And then you should have, when you've done your last one, you should have 2 chains remaining. Now, what I do is, normally you would go to the top of the third chain. Yeah. I don't like, there's a little bit more of a gap there than it should be. So I go in, so there's your first 3 chains. That's your first double crochet in your second. Go straight into the second and slip stitch there. Okay. So it brings it more closer, yeah, we don't want to leave a big gap there. So slip stitch across into that corner space there. So that's round 1. Okay, so technically it will be sitting like this. So where are we? Okay, so to begin the next round, you'll always be in the corner spot, which is great, because sometimes in other tutorials you can end up here, and then, you know, but I like ending up where I should be. So chain 3, double crochet, 2, and chain 2. The only chain 2 is for this. corner, and then move straight on to the next space here, as you would do as you're doing a granny square, and 3 into there. Move into the next one, and 3 into there. And they work up in no time, because it's just a straightforward granny. Clusters, so 3 double crochets in every space now, until you get to the corner. Pull my yarn there. And then we're coming up to the edge, well, the corner should I say. One more to do here. And here's that double, so into the double is exactly the same, so go straight in, do your 3 double crochets, chain 2 and another 3 double crochets, and you move straight on into the next space for another 3 double crochets. I just want to say, while I come to the edge of this row, just want to say thank you to everybody who's been supporting me out there. When I started this channel, I think it was in May time this year, I decided to, like I said, I've been doing this for a very long time, and I decided to set up the channel to show people what I make, and I wanted to really teach people that it's not that difficult to do. And not only that, you know, it was something, you know, I wake up every morning thinking, right, what am I going to make today? That's why I'm so excited. I spend the evenings planning, and then I come about this time in the middle of the day, and yeah, I never thought I would reach my 4,000 watch hours or my 1,000 subscribers, and it's been absolutely amazing. And looks like you guys out there enjoy what I do, and I really appreciate that, really do. So we're on to the last one here. So like I said, slip stitch into the second, so not your chain 3, into your second, and then when you get to this pace, just slip across back into the corner again. Okay, and now we're in round 2. I'll do one more round with you again, and then we'll move on to the bobbles. You'll have to just pretend that I have the length. So chain 3, 2 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 double crochets. So while I finish this row off, we'll move on to the edging, which is again very simple but looks really pretty, and just kept it simple around the neck. Now you can add your own, you can put a cord through it and put some pom-poms on the top if that's what you wish. If you want to do it exactly as the same as my pattern, then I don't think it really needs it. It's not going anywhere. It's actually sitting on the shoulders. It's just another thing to tie up. Unless you really need it, I don't think it's necessary. Simplicity and functional is the key. So do let me know if you have any problems with this, if you're confused with the sizing. But like I said, this is for 0 to 3. Use a DK yarn, lightweight, number 3, and a 4.5mm crochet hook. Even if you're making any other sizes, if you've got DK is the one that lightweight is majority of what people have at home. I don't like to use too many fancy and expensive yarns, unless you're making something really expensive. You know, I don't like to put people in a situation where they think, oh damn, I haven't got this yarn, I have to go and get this yarn even before I can make it, if I can find it. So even though I tell you the make of the yarn that I'm using, they're all very similar, they're all lightweight. I normally use Woolcraft, Stylecraft, Pato, Bellissimo, or DK. Okay, we're coming to the end here now. Now you go ahead and make the length of 5.5 inches, that's right, for a 0 to 3. There's no point in making a newborn. The newborns are already, you know, they're so tiny. So there's your chain 3 going to the hook there. Okay. So that will be the beginning of your poncho, and you want to make your measurement from the top to here to about 5.5 inches. You can go up to 6 if you want to. See how you like it. Some people like the ponchos to be quite low down on the arm. Some people want, I prefer them just up to the baby's elbow or just below the elbow. So go ahead and make, in this one, how many rows was it actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It was 11 rows to get to 5.5 inches. The double crochet is about an inch, so that's probably sorry, half an inch. So 2 double crochet rows is approximately an inch. Okay, so you go ahead and do that, and then I'll meet you back here. Okay, so you can pause me now and do your thing and then come back. Right, now we're going to do this gorgeous bobble end. So that's right. So the way I do mine is I chain 3 and just go into the space and pull up a loop. Pull through 2. Yarn in, go in, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Yarn in, go in, pull up a loop, pull through 2. So you'll have 4. Okay, so we're doing 4 double crochets cluster, then chain 3 again, and this time in that 3rd chain, or you can go in this space here. See at the top of the cluster there's a little here. Just go into there and do another. Okay, so you've got 4 loops. Pull through all 4. Then chain 1, drop your hook, and then go into that space here. Bring it from behind, grab it, and then immediately go into the next and do 3 single crochets. Okay, so that's your corner one. Let's do this again. So now we're in the space, single crochet into the space, then chain 3, yarn over, go into this chain 1 at the bottom, pull your yarn through and pull it through 2, then again pull your yarn up, pull it through 2, and then 1 more. Okay, so you've got 4, pull through all 4, chain 3, then go into this little space here, not the chain, that's 1, 2, 3 chain, it's the one there right behind the 3rd chain, and double crochet but don't complete it, then chain through 2 again and chain through 2 again, so you're left with 4, pull through all 4, chain 1, yeah. Then you want to go into that bit there, grab it from behind, tighten it up, go straight in and do your 3 single crochets. You see? Go into the space, chain 3, go into this little vertical line here and do 3 double crochets, but taking them only into the 2 loops to get this cluster. Pull through all 4, chain 3, go into the space at the back there, yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and you want to do that 3 times so that you're left with 4, chain 1, then go into that space at the bottom of the puff, grab the loop from behind, pull it through and straight into your first, and then do your single crochet, 3 single crochets there. Do a couple more. So go straight into your space, single crochet, chain 3, do your double crochet, pull through 2 and pull through 2, and go in again, pull up a loop, pull through 2, go in again and pull through 2, left with 4, pull through all 4, chain 3, go into the back there, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, grab a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, grab a loop and pull through 2, pull through all 4 and chain 1 to lock in that. Then go into the space here, grab from behind, slip stitch and closing off the bobble, go straight immediately into your first double crochet and then do your 3 singles. Now it might seem a bit tricky if you've not done this before, but really slow me down on the YouTube app if you have any problems. If you have any other method that you want to do the bobbles, but I think these are really cute. They've got a nice little thing to them. So one more time, go into the space, do single crochet, chain 3, yarn over, go into this vertical line, pull up a loop and pull through 2, yarn over, go in again, pull up the loop, pull through 2, yarn over, go in again, pull up the loop, pull through 2, 4 loops and chain 3. Then you would do the same again, but in this little stitch at the back. So go in, yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and pull through all 4, chain 1. go into this little space here, grab it from behind, pull it through, and then you've got your 3 single crochets here. And that's all there is to it. And then the 4th single crochet goes into the space before you start doing the bobbles. So obviously it doesn't have the same effect, it's very small, but that's how it will look. Okay. Now what I want to show you is how to do what I might do is I might just grab another pink here, because I don't really want to cut that yarn. All I want to do is show you how to do the single crochet at the top. So your work will be all the way down the bottom and you're finished off your bubbles, and make sure that it's not the wrong way up, it's the right way up. That's the right way of the double crochet, that's the back way. And also before you start, I mean, you will automatically be joining the right way around anyway, and then you immediately start your bubbles and work all the way around, 1 in each one in the corner, and then you will do your last one here and 3 single crochets, and then just slip stitch into the space. Okay, so rather than waste yarn and cut this off, so this will be your work and you've got your bobbles done. So pick a side, backwards or frontwards, makes no difference. Go into this space here. Okay, like I said, I've got a little bit, oops, extra pink yarn. Imagine this is the same. So go in, grab your yarn, okay, and chain 1, and into the same space, chain 1. Let me just double check, it is chain 1. Single crochet 1, that's right. And we don't do anything else with this. All you're doing is in every 2 chains, put 2 single crochets, 1 on the top of this one, and 2 single crochets in the space, 1 on top of your cluster, this the bottom of it, well, we're working that way, but now it's the bottom of your cluster, chain 1 and 2 in the space, 1 on the cluster, 2 in the space, and you do this all the way around. Now, probably can't tell that much, but yeah, I've used another pink here to give this another edging. The other thing you could do is you could do the bobble row and the single crochet row a different colour, if you like. Remember, I make basic things and then allow you to change it up should you need to. You don't have to use the colours I'm using, you don't have to do it all in one. That's the middle, just 1 in the middle there, because we're drawing in the V. So it's 2 in every space apart from the middle one. I've just used a single crochet, I don't think it needs anything different. If you don't want to add bobbles, you could do a little shell edge if you wish, but I think the bobbles are something different. Nearly there. Obviously, if you're making it for an adult, then you go for tassels if you don't like bobbles. But for children, they're really cute. And we're around the end now. And here was the one that we started. Chain 1, no, not chain 1, sorry. So we've done the last 2 here, and then just immediately go in and slip stitch, chain 1, and then you can cut your yarn and sew in your ends, okay? So that's how it will be. So this will turn into this. zoom out a little bit more so you can see. Okay, so that's the beginning of your poncho. Work all the way down, 5.5 inches, 54 chains, 5.5 inches up to here, and then I've added the bobbles on the end. Like I said, you can make these two matching colours and the body a bit different. So, hope you've liked this tutorial. I think this poncho is really cute for babies. It's something different than a bit of a cardigan, for example. And thank you everybody for subscribing and liking my channel. As I was saying earlier on, the support out there has been absolutely wonderful, and I want to continue doing this as long as I can, as long as my brain is ticking, and as long as I can come up with new ideas for you. I will continue. So thanks again, thank you for your support, and I'll see you on the next one.